Okay, so today we're working on the door. We're trying to get it off. This is the passenger side front door. And as you can see, there's a big speaker there, which is one of the reasons this window, actually the only reason that this window can't go all the way down. And back here's all the wiring. We had to disconnect some of it so we could pull the door off. And obviously, because there's so much wiring back here, the ECU is somewhere in this floorboard. But I don't want to mess with that right now. Also, this bolt on the fender was very loose, which is, of course, Jake's fault. And if you understand that reference, then you get an A+ in my book. But it's actually David's fault, because he was the one that had that fender. And David's not here, so I can diss him all I want. But yeah, that was super loose. We tightened it down. And now we're working on getting the bolts on the door off. Last time we just disconnected the hinges from the body, but the bolts for that are behind the fender, and we don't feel like taking the fender off, so we're just going to disconnect the hinges from the door themselves.
Ready for prime time!
Okay, so as Dad does some finishing touches up on the door, I'm bending my plate. Now, one of the reasons I do this is that Subaru does not mount plates well, or front plates, because you don't really need a front plate in most states of the US. Colorado, however, you need a front plate. So what will happen is it'll hang down here, and as wind and if it's in the winter, snow and stuff hits it, it bends back so you can't see the number. So what a lot of people do is they bend it like this. And I just got a piece of wood, and I stepped on the wood with the plate underneath it, and then just pulled up on the metal, because it's pretty malleable metal. And now I'm gonna mount it here and then fold the plate up, and I'll have a nice thin plate that won't get bent, and you can see the number clearly. So that's what I'm working on right now as we finish up the door. Got everything sanded on it, and got a Bondo spot filled, And yeah, that's it so far. So I'm gonna finish this plate and we'll be back. Okay, so this door is finished, completely painted, not closed. Now right here, the fender took a bit of damage. And what else? I just put some power steering fluid in. Oh yeah, and the plate's been folded. It will eventually push up a little more like that, which will be better. But yeah, it's folded, so it's not gonna like hide the number down there anymore, like it did. So yeah.
Good. That looks good.
So we're working on the rear quarter panel, driver's side right now.
Whee!
Abby sanded a lot of it.
No, get away. No.
And I'm painting it. And I sanded a lot of it too. Right now this
I
is,
sanded most.
yeah, we're at the paint phase right now. And we're just going for one more coat and then we're done. So yeah, and then my dad decided to strip this panel. You can see the extent of the rust. You probably can't in the low light, but I'll show that in the daylight at some point. And the roof. So yeah, that's where we are right now. We're working on it. We're gonna get there. I'm not sure how much footage I've gotten so far. We'll see if I can find it. But right now I'm working on the rear right quarter panel, which is one of the last panels left. I'm watching Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, just sanding it down with some 80. Gonna go over with 320 after that. This rust we're just gonna paint over. Mako's taking care of that for us. They said we can just prime over it and they're gonna repair it. They're only gonna repair the outside though, because they can't structurally fix the rust. So the rust may come back later on, but for the time being, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna look good. There's also little spots like this that can probably be grinded out. It's only on the surface. Yeah, we're on to the last panels. Obviously, we already got the new trunk and spoiler. So it's basically rear quarter panel, door here, these little side skirts there, and the small stuff. We're getting these, the bumpers, since they're plastic. I think it's resealed or whatever, where they basically go over it with another layer of plastic to fill in all these little scratches and marks on it. And what else? So we've got basically this whole side done. Yeah, again, the skirts. These little trim pieces and stuff like this. This will probably get painted black at some point. This trim piece is actually in pretty good condition, but we might repaint these. And all this, you can see that's coming off. We're going to re-plasti dip eventually. And what else do we need? I think that's about it in terms of metal parts, because these plastics parts can just be painted straight over, because that's just how it works. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Gonna keep working, keep sanding, and soon paint is so close I can almost taste it. I can still taste the metal dust and primer and sweat, blood, and tears in my mouth. So we're so close, let's just get this done already.
Okay, bye. Stop. Keep going.
It's plastic. It's plastic.
This paint's already ruined, whatever. Oh, bye.
Oh goodness. So right now we are taking off the lights. Well, we just took off the backlight from the old trunk and the old spoiler, because we're about to attach the new trunk that was the first thing we painted because it was off the car. So yeah, we're gonna attach that, wire up the new lights. I have to get new tail lights too because acid got on them. So yeah, we're working on that right now. So this is the current state of the car right now. Tomorrow I think we're gonna be doing the door, and that's the last, I guess, big panel you could say. Now, I think I already said, but all these plastic pieces are getting re-enameled, so we don't have to worry about stripping those. We still have to get these little small pieces like the side skirts, this little piece right here that's still part of the quarter panel. So yeah, the trunk is on the car. It's looking good. We didn't put the spoiler on. So there's just some tape underneath this that's keeping water out if it rains. But yeah, we're almost cosmetically there for the paint job. So for this, we're gonna need to get a new bolt, or it's missing a bolt for this handle. That's why it's so loose before we prime it. But yeah, and then the plans after this are, we're gonna get an O2 hood scoop before we actually get the paint job. So that it'll color match and it'll fit great. And so that when I eventually put an intercooler in, because it's gonna be a top mount intercooler that I put in, it'll be good. So yeah, is this paint like chipped? That's weird. So yeah, and what else? This silver trim we're going to turn black eventually with either plasti dip or electrical tape. Electrical tape I've actually heard lasts a lot longer. The trim that normally goes here, it's in the trunk right now. And this trim is all going to get redone. We're going to plasti dip this stuff because it's already got a rubberized finish. And then this stuff, like these front ones look pretty good. So we're probably just going to clean these off, but the back ones might need a coat of spray paint or something like that. And yeah, other than that, it looks good for now. Also the exhaust. We're probably going to get a catback or turbo back exhaust since this one's sort of falling apart. Yeah, and then that'll be it. So tomorrow we're going to do the door. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but I think that may be the source of my exhaust leak. Because that crack does not look like it's supposed to be there. And on all these sides it looks fairly clean, except for right there and a bit on the top. So that means I need new headers since this is all one piece. Thankfully, Subarus are like Legos, so I can just interchange headers from a WRX or an STI because they just bolt right on. I don't want any high flow because I still want to keep good compression, or I guess you could say good pressurized flow into the turbo, which you can sort of see up there. But yeah, I'm fairly sure that's the source of my exhaust leak, right there.
But it's under warranty from mine.
Well, this isn't even the exhaust they touched.
It isn't?
No.
Why did
So before I go out and buy new headers, I'm gonna try and get checked out by an exhaust shop like Meineke or Midas or something to see what they think about it, because I'm pretty sure, because that's what this side's where the sound's coming from, and that looks like a crack. So yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm fairly sure that's the exhaust leak. So yeah, I guess we'll just have an exhaust leak for a bit. Okay, so before I end this video, I want to talk a little bit about these car meets I'm going to be hosting now. Now, last weekend, or I guess last Friday, if you saw that video, that was sort of a last-minute thrown-together thing, like, hey, if there's anybody in the Colorado area, come to this car meet. But we're going to be doing the same meet at the same time, same place. So Friday at 6 p.m. at Streets at South Glen in the parking garage. If you're in the Centennial, Littleton, Highlands Ranch, Southern Denver area, and you want to come stop by, come check it out. I need to apologize to Room Central, because he actually did come to the meet, and we weren't there. We were actually getting dinner at the time, because not really many people showed up. It was just a couple friends from school. But yeah, it looked like you were in your 928, and you saw my car, so if you can make it out next week, then try and do it. But oh, and also before I leave, the 33 Garage also has a Discord server. There's a link for it in the channel description, but I'll also leave a link in the description of this video below. So go check it out, and come chat with us, come have some fun, and try and get out to the meet next Friday. Goodbye.